Okie dokie, hello everybody, welcome back, it's Switch here with another Diablo video, and today is going to be a guide to the Zealot guide, because the last video, the Zealot, I was just excited and I just basically half of the items was for the Smiter, because in my mind I was playing Smiter, so I just thought, you know, I'm just gonna do the OP items for the Smiter, but that doesn't work like that. For the Zealot, actually, we need to obtain a little bit different uptimes, and a little bit what I mean is basically the Herald of Zakaron, the shield, and I just went with the treacheries. So basically on the beginning of the video, the highlight when I'm killing the third boss and was actually the Diablo, so I've done yesterday the whole Uber with this build. So I think this build, I'm not gonna say the best, because there's a better options for the best in slot, and that's definitely going to be the Zaka shield, but like at least 2 open sockets. But obviously if you can get more than that, it's really cool. I was actually unlucky to get the Lajuk box on the Herald of Zakaron, so you've seen that on the video. So I just done the Lajuk box on the Zaka shield and actually end up with just 1 socket, so that's a shame, but still we end up with 69 all resistance, so that's really cool. And then you have the Gore Riders, we have the Raven Frost, we have the Verdungo belt, we have Dwarf Star, we have Soul Drainer, just simply because it's well, we're already hitting the max breakpoint for the YAS, so I think it's the best choice if we have that breakpoint without the gloves, if you know what I mean. So we have the enemy physical resistance is 7, well, we can get the 10, and then we have the -2 monster defense per hit, and this is the only modification in the game which apply on the bosses, because if you will have something like ignore the defense, it doesn't count on the bosses. And if I'm not correct, you can correct me in the comments below, but I think if you have something like on the weapon, it says like we are ignoring the defense, we're not really ignoring the defense from the bosses. That's why this is really crucial part of the gear. But either way, you don't really, this is not like a mandatory, but I think it's really great. And then we have the Ghoulies face, basically what I'm supposed to start with for the every build in the season 2 and the later season. The crushing blow now caps at 65% on the bosses, uniques and champions, and the crushing blow now functions, and I think in the last season was functioning as well in the half for the range again. So same as the original Diablo. What that means, in the season 1, when we had a 100% of the crushing blow applied just for the half of the range of the life of the boss. So when was the after the, you know, half of the life, we no longer apply the crushing blow. Right now it's the same, but the crushing blow, it's caps on the 65%, which means we no longer need to use the Ghoulies face, for example. So I'm just gonna press and just show you right now. With the Ghoulies face, we have 100% of the crushing blow. Without, we have the 65, and the 65% of the crushing blow is actually the maximum which the bosses can, I don't know, receive, right? Which we can just apply. So this is the maximum. So one more time. So the 65% we can just apply on the bosses. Crushing blow now caps at 65%. So we no longer need to use the Ghoulies. The Uber, which I've done it on the highlight, and also I will show you in this video a little bit of the fight as well. I use that gear here, but we don't really need to use the Ghoulies. So I think we can just go with the Crown of Ages, and then that's going to bridge that gap. And on the last video I used actually like the half build for the Smiter, and I was with the Chains of Honor and the Exile, and I think that treachery is, well, I want to say like the best in slot option. If it's something better, you can let me know in the comments below what you are using, but on the beginning of our journey to making the Zealot, I think this is like the best possible way. And if you don't have the High Lord, you're just gonna go with some gloves with 20 YAS, because this is giving us already 45 increased attack speed. And then when you're gonna put the gloves with the YAS, obviously not these gloves, because those gloves are not giving us an increased attack speed, but you know what I mean, you know what I'm talking about. We already having the 65% increased attack speed, which means we already make to the point to break point. So basically the break point for the increased attack speed is 58, so just keep that in mind. We need to get to the 58 increased attack speed to be able to do the fastest frame rates. And if you don't know how to count this, there will be in the description below where we link for the increased attack speed calculator, so you can choose whatever skill, whatever character and whatever weapon you like to choose in order to count your increased attack speed. But if we are just going to use here Phase Blade or Crystal Sword, whatever, those swords are having, well, I'm just gonna show you, a very fast attack speed, and then we don't need to have 65%. I think we just find to get 40. I don't know how much, but I think it's just 20 less. So from 60, I think we just need the 40 or 38, something like that, if we just using the Phase Blade or any other weapon with very fast attack speed. That's why the Smiter, it's a little bit I'm not trying to say better, but you can just gear much faster because we don't really have to focus on the increased attack speed, you know, breakpoint. So when we are using the Holy Shield, we need to get the max block, so chance to max block 75. So basically you just put the dexterity in 75%. Strength for the items, so whatever you are using, this is obviously really a crappy armor. So I don't know what you are going to use, but probably something with higher defense. I just took from my mercenary, but actually I've done the Uber with this build, so everything what I'm wearing right now, I've done the Uber, and it was alright. Was much better than using the Chase of Honor and the Exile, because basically of the resistance. And then as you can see, I almost max res here, but the trick with the Treachery is we are getting 30% chance to cast level 15 lesser fate once struck. So basically what we can do, we can just go to the River of Flame and apply this by standing in the flame here, and then when that's gonna to trigger, we'll have the extra res, which we actually having right now 104, 175, 152 and 100. It's okay, but to bridge that gap with the fight with the Mephisto, to have the max res when we're fighting with him, in order to do that, we either going to go with the Crown of Ages, or we just need to basically simply the Zakarum with 2 open sockets. And then we're just fighting with the Mephisto, and we have the max res, and it's really easy fight. The other things, what can I show you guys? So yeah, the strength just to wearing whatever we need to wear. Then the rest is going to go to the vitality, and skill wise, we're going to max skills in the Blessed Aim, so to have passive attack rating per base level, to increase that passive attack rating. And then we're just going to go with the Fanatism to the maximum, and then obviously the main skill is the Zeal. And then we are going with the Sacrifice, because just simply every point into the Sacrifice is giving the 60% damage per level to the Zeal. So we have 20, 40, and then we have 60, 80, and rest I dump into the Holy Shield. But I think the most of the people what are doing, and I think it's really great, you can make like 2 points in the resist fire, 2 points in the resist cold, and 2 points to lighting, because every 2 points are giving you grants 1% passive maximum fire, and so on, passive maximum cold and passive maximum light. So this is just only 1 point. I don't really think it's like really, I don't know, mandatory, but you can go with that. If you have some other ideas and other utilities you are using, you can let me know in the comments section below. Also, if you have like really great Zealer, because this is basically I can call like a budget, because it's a budget. It's just the Herald of Zakarum is about like East and it's like we're just doing the treachery by themselves. And then we have the Ghoulies, and the High Lord is about maybe Room, and then rest we're just finding, because everything basically is like a pull. Everything is pull here, and then the death, obviously, the Zerker Axe itself is about Vex plus something. You can even pay the Vex Ghoul, which is the Runworth death, is itself it's death and Ghoul, but that's, yeah, you can pay like that. You might get for the Vex, obviously the later in the ladder it will be cheaper, and on the beginning might be even the one Hyron if somebody wants, like probably the first, you know, couple of days. Other than that, it's like really easy to do, really fast, and that's why lots of people are choosing the physical Zealer on the beginning of playing every season, to just make the really fast character and be able to do the Ubers by yourself. Alrighty, I think I covered everything. So there are the skills, there are the stats, the gear one more time. Okay, so one more thing, for the switch we can use call to arms and leadless wall. You'll be still fine without the call to arms, because the call to arms is not like a significantly boost of the life. It's just about 200 life if you're lucky to get good rolls. So you don't really have to focus on the call to arms at first, just focus on the build. And then the charms, I'm just gonna show you really quick. So I'm using the life and res, and then I'm using 2 faster hit recovery to be able to hit that 48 faster hit recovery. And then yeah, some are like the 20 life, but most likely I rather to use just the life res with the res. So yeah, some life res, some fire res, because my fire res are really low. And then we have life res, strength res. The most likely I'm trying to get, like as you can see, 40 life and some res, and then the torch, which is really good boost of resistance and vitality as well. Alrighty, so hopefully I cover everything. If I didn't, let me know in the comments below, and there won't be any more Zealer videos, because I think this is like the proper way for the upgrades. One more time, you can just go with the Crown of Ages and try to get basically 2 open stock and Zaka to have that maximum resistance when you're fighting the Mephisto. Alright, thank you very much guys for watching. See you guys in the next video. And right now I will try to swap my Zealer to the Smiter and do like a Smiter guide. So hopefully it's going to be in the next couple of days. Alrighty, thank you very much guys for watching. See you guys in the next video. Take care and bye.